All right. I think we're in.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't either. Literally, I feel like we have never done any of those things. Who was that? Will Ferrell, whatever it was in one of those movies. We have never done any of those things. I have never done this before.
Well, Randy, welcome to the show. This is the live edition, and we really wanted to do the live edition today because this was a really important thing that has happened here. And I tried to do a quick news broadcast when I found out about this morning, and this is huge news, huge news. So I guess let's start with real quick just the standard question of why. Why did Black Eagle Arrows want to acquire Darton?
Oh, boy. Hey, Jason, thanks for the congrats, buddy. I see up in the top right, people's comments up in the right-hand corner there.
Yeah. Okay,
awesome. My pastor, when he's preaching, sometimes he has Facebook Live going. He's like, I see you over in Bangladesh, and I see you here. Well, that's pretty cool. Okay. It wasn't that way a few months ago. We had a great year. I think that, the archery industry as a whole has had a tremendous year. If you're a dealer and not up, and you may be in a state that's had some, pretty tough sanctions on when you can open, those types of things. But boy, across the industry, it has been bang. It has just been bang up. And so I got a call, I think sometime early October. And we started to converse, and Rex is a warrior. He is a working machine. The owner, the former owner of Rex Darlington at Darton, 81 years old. I mean, he outworks a lot of people. And he's just like, I'd like to just start maybe just engineering and maybe take a weekend off every now and again because he works every day. And so that's kind of how the conversation started. And I thought, man, what a unique opportunity. I'm from Ohio, and one of the first bows I owned, I remember when I got married in 97, I told PJ this yesterday at Lancaster. I went to an archery shop, and my first bow was, I think it was Darton Cyclone. I said Maverick. It was a Cyclone. No, it was a Maverick, but I had to get a Cyclone because I got arms like an albatross. And always had an affinity with them. They were the first ones to let us be an OEM customer for us for their crossbow arrows, and it helped get our name out there. And they were great advocates for us at the ATA show, and brought dealers over back when we were in our little 10x10 booth and squeezed in. We had boxes and we were walking around each other. Yeah, it was rough. And so I think one thing led to another, and I met with everybody there. I mean, I love the folks that work there. I mean, they're all super sweet. 10 years, probably average 25, 30 years. And people love Darton, and so I thought it'd be a really good match to bring into what we're doing, Black Eagle, and brought Conquest out a couple years ago and become one of the leading stabilizer companies in the industry for sure. And I just thought it would be a good fit, and the opportunity was there. Prayed about it, and I had some weird things happen up there that just kind of led me to think that it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, that's great. I want to say that I'm first off super impressed of what you have done with Black Eagle alone. So that business has gone ballistic. It's been amazing to see that, watch unfold, use the product on our show. It has been a great situation, I think, for you guys. And I know that you've always had a relationship with Darton since I've known Ted and you and everybody. I know there was always a relationship. I think personally, this was a huge win for Darton Archery, for the brand, to go to you guys and for you to do this. And Tim will ask you some questions come up about, what's going to happen here per production and all that. But for my questions are more along the lines of, design going forward. I feel like this is just a wide open West now. Like now Darton's back in the fold. They're going to come back in full time here to the competition of the best bow companies and really push that fist back through the door and break that wall again. It just seems very exciting.
Yeah, we'll be super competitive. I mean, I think what we have right now is really, really, really good. You look what Jimmy Lutz did. I mean, it's one of the first people I talked to. Obviously, beside, there's some other folks that I'm super close with that shoot for other companies. But Jimmy was one of the first ones. And he said, man, if you're in, I'm in. I said, well, I don't even own the company yet. My insurance goes, it doesn't matter. I said, well, look, if it doesn't work out, he'll tell you this. I said, look, if it doesn't work out, I'll just keep my agreement anyways with you. It doesn't matter. And he was like, man, if you're in, I'm in. So he took that bow. He had a bow for 3 weeks, went to the Gator Cup. He finished 4th. Would have been in the gold medal match. We had one arrow get away from him in high wind. And you know what? It happens. It's no excuse. He finished 4th. But I don't know, fourth against the best archers in the U.S. is pretty awesome. And he is, I think, the number 4 archer in the world right now. So, we're going to build a good team. Big wheels turn slow. And so, but we got work to do. There's a lot of things that we got to get done, and we'll get them done. And some questions that come up today, I'm sure you'll ask that. If not, I'll cover them for the folks. And I'm sure that a lot of folks follow you that follow Darton. So maybe it'll put them at ease, because this isn't a hostile takeover. This isn't, corporate greed. We're not, because I'm the corporation, we're not going to take Darton and put it in the garbage and, manufacture bows somewhere else and call them Darton. None of those things are true. And I don't know why anybody think of that, but maybe because there's so much bad news in the world, it's hard to believe there could be anything good. But I think this is a really good thing.
Awesome. Yeah, I know Darton has a really, kind of special place, in my heart, and I'm probably in Dave's too, but, Darton was one of those first companies that started working with BHP way back in the day. I mean, we've been around for 11 years and, we know Ted for a long time. And man, at the beginning of when we were getting started, Ted really helped us out, to be honest with you, in regards to contacts and introducing us to the industry and really getting, our foot in the door in a couple places that have really turned the tide for our own company. So what a great team that you guys have, that you guys acquired there. I think that's an amazing, amazing thing. I know, I think a lot of people are probably going to ask the same questions, but just from an operational standpoint, what are you guys expecting? Are you expecting any changes in the near future? Are operations going to continue in Michigan? Is that where they're going to be based, or what's kind of the plan here?
That was the first heated thing. If there's anything heated, I don't do social media today. I spent more time on social media than I have in the last 2 years because nothing really good comes from it. I don't feel like, in a lot of ways. And, I try to occupy myself with good thoughts. And, when I first started Black Eagle, I did social media, but my son joined the military and he come home. He's like, Dad, I'll do it. I go, man, perfect, because I don't want to do it. It's too much. But that was one of the big things. Darton is staying in Hale, Michigan. We've actually already hired, I think, 3-4 extra people, and we've got plans to hire probably 2 to 4 more.
Awesome.
Just from a production standpoint. So we've already hired more staff, and there's more staff coming. And as we ramp up, we'll hire more staff. And, as we add a second shift, we'll add more staff. So, a lot of great things are coming, to Hale, Michigan. And so that's a good thing. As far as products, we've been working hard on getting some new things done for sure. 100%. I mean, the 2 new crossbows, I'm not sure if you guys seen Ted out shooting those, or if you've been in any shoots with Ted, but, we've got the new, I call it new. It's the Toxin 150. Didn't have time to change any names, so we're just rolling what we know right now. But the new 150 is a smoker. We got that thing tamed down. It's good and quiet. I think the last time we chronoed it was 420. They took it out to a range and it was 430. So it's somewhere between 420 and 430.
Not bad at all.
It'll be under $1,000.
Whew.
Yeah,
that's a great price for that speed. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, it's 100% American. It's American made. And so that's really, really good. And then, we got the 100, which is our composite platform crossbow. It's going to be $370 for $599.99.
Wow.
And, because again, we can do it because, we don't have all the corporate structure and, national, we have a pretty big dealer network. We're in 1,400 dealers, I think, in 50 countries. And so we've got a pretty good network to plug it right into. So, and then, we're going to make some subtle changes on bows. We can't make wholesale changes. We just can't. I think what we have is good, but we'll start rolling into different limb designs. It'll all be rolling change stuff. No need to wait because we don't know when we're going to get it all accomplished. But there's some things we want to do to make the bows better for sure. I mean, anything we do to make them better, I think is a good thing. Again, not looking to, change the wheel, so to speak, but we are looking to make some improvements for sure, because there's improvements to be made. If you think that you've got a product that doesn't need to be improved, then you're going to be Kmart, and I work for Kmart, and you're going to get gobbled up by the next competitor. If you think you don't need to change, you hold on to your hat because you're not going to be here long.
That's the industry now, right? I mean, this acquisition news, is big news and great news for you guys, but it's nothing new to the industry lately. I mean, we've seen a lot of acquisitions over the last couple of years, really ramping up over the last 2 or 3 years here. just brands acquiring brands. And I'm glad to see, two companies like yours. And reading either online or from what you said, I mean, you got two family-owned type of companies that are coming together to make something better, right? And I think that is absolutely amazing, keeping that heritage alive within the industry. I think a lot of people should be rightfully excited about this. So I'm happy to see where you guys are going to go with this.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a conglomerate takeover. I mean, a lot of times you get these hedge fund managers and some of these bigger companies, and they make big acquisitions with big plans, and then they, pare back the product. They try some things to cut some cost, and I worked for a big corporation. I know how it goes. Prior to this, and so I think it'll be different. We're homegrown. My Tahoe outside's got a lot of miles to Michigan. It'll get a lot more miles to Michigan. I get a lot done behind the windshield. I don't mind flying. I'm not a real big fan of flying, but I don't mind flying. But yes, I think it's going to be good, man. I don't see anything bad, and I don't see anything bad at all. If you're a loyal Darton customer, nothing's going to change. If you're a loyal Black Eagle customer, nothing's going to change. The way you interact with them, the staff isn't changing. The people you're used to aren't changing. Matter of fact, there might be more people that you have to get used to because, we're gonna really, really move forward in a big way with production and getting these into our dealer networks. We've done some sampling to some dealers, and we've got a dealer in Texas, leading edge, super good. I mean, they're just Philip Hall and Scott Ham, just some great people. I'm trying to plug an archery company in Texas, but they were one of the first ones that I talked to because they're kind of my prayer warrior buddies, right? If I need something, I'm seeking God's counsel, I'll call some friends up and ask what they thought. So just send us a couple, and then a couple, then a couple, then a couple. Then I think they sold maybe 30, 40, I don't know.
Awesome.
Yeah, just in a month or a month and a half. And so, I think it's going to be good. I don't think anything bad is going to come from it at all.
Yeah, if you guys got questions for Randy, go ahead and put them in the comments. Thank you guys for all the great comments you're posting.
Yeah, no,
a lot of positive feedback, and I'm sure Randy appreciates that, and so do we. This is a big deal. My fear was always that Darton would end up like a Browning who was acquired and then just closed. You know what I mean? And for the pens. And that was always my biggest fear with the brand. And I felt like in the last couple of years, they've been doing an opposite effect where they've slowed down marketing, pushed back, kind of locked up a little bit. And then when I heard this news, it was like, oh my God, like, thank you, Lord. It's just like going to change everything. And
I thank the Lord too. Huge. I mean, I thank the Lord for the opportunity that He's blessed me, with enough that I could be a good steward of what He's given me. And I think it's going to be great. That was one thing when I talked to Rex was he didn't want to see a company come in and buy the patents and close down everything and take everything that's there and throw it into a hopper and liquidate it and just get rid of what really is a life's work for him and his father. And so it's near and dear to his heart. And, he's still there doing what he does every day, which is work, and work. And so I'm blessed, man. That's about all I can say. I mean, the Lord gives me more than I deserve. And
we definitely got that same sense. I remember there was an interview we did with Rex many, many years ago. And the guy, such a powerhouse, in regards to, his tradition in archery, very, just so well respected out there in the tradition of archery. So, I mean, you couldn't have had, everybody needs a mentor, right? And to have somebody like Rex alongside, your acquisition.
Yeah, for sure.
What an amazing prospect for you,
Yeah, I've bow hunted for, I don't know, I think I'm going on 30 plus years, but to say that I'm like a bow expert, not even close.
Hey, neither are we.
Join the club.
my buddy Pops Outdoors up in he's up north of Cleveland. I can't remember the town. I've been up too early this morning, but when I have bows come, I go see. I'm just a retard. And I'm thinking to him, but I got a lot to learn. I'm looking forward to learning. I've got a lot of ideas. I got a lot of friends that are in that know a lot. Jason works here. Obviously, he's a tremendous shot. Probably forgot more about bows than I'll know in the near future, but I can learn. And to your point, what a great person to look from. Leaders just surround themselves with great people. That's what leaders do. That's what leadership is, right? You hire the best and brightest talent and get the heck out of their way and let them do what you pay them to do. And if I can learn some things along the way, I think it's great.
So, Randy, one of the harder questions for you today is going to be, future. So, obviously Rex is not going to be around a huge amount of time here. I mean, he might do you a couple years, I don't know, for design and all that. I mean, what's your thought on that? Like, are you going to you guys can try to do it internally, hire out? Well, I mean, I know it's way early to answer this question, but just the thought of, because, Rex obviously can't do it forever. So at some point,
I hope he can. And Rex probably wants to. And so I hope he can. I mean, if he's watching this or someone knows him, I mean, he has to. He's got to stay immortal.
Rex can leave a diary, like 40-year diary.
There's a lot of good talent out there. There's a lot of engineers out there that are in archery that work. And people leave people. They don't leave companies. And there's tends to always be a bad employer out there somewhere. I hope I'm never in that category, but there's always someone that feels like maybe they don't get what they deserve. And if we put it at it today, looking for a bow engineer, I don't think we'd have a hard time finding one. I just don't. Yeah. But today, it's not our need. We need guys that build bows and gals that can take orders and make bowstrings and, work in the CNC and deburr. Because, man, if you've had a Darton bow, you do know one thing: the fit and finish on a Darton bow is pretty darn good. I mean, the love and the care. I remember the first time I went there, and I could not believe how many micrometers were laying around this place. They must have had $50,000 in micrometers. Wow. I mean, every desk, every cam that comes off is measured, every piece. I'm like, what are you guys doing? I mean, you got these machines are within a couple thou. Like, no, we got to make sure. Holy moly! The first time I saw Rex, he's measuring cams and bearings. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
it's got to be fun.
I'll never forget. We had a bow that broke. And what happened was a broadhead nicked one of the strings, the cables, but we didn't really know. And it blew up. And the first thing Ted said to me is that's called a catastrophic explosion. And we need the whole bow back, whole bow. I want every piece you can find because I have to understand what happened to make sure it was not our issue. And sure enough, it was a string that got caught, but I remember that because it was very interesting to for the dissection of this bow, to go through it and figure out what happened and how it broke. And then we eventually figured it out, but it was just an interesting process. I knew how detailed they were from that moment. And I haven't been there in a while. Actually, the last time I was there must have been maybe 5-6 years ago. I was up in Tawas area. We're from Michigan, so we're in that region. And I was up there. I stopped in there with my son, and Ted and Rex, we did a whole tour. I got some pictures that I'm going to share with you, but it was fun. It was a really good time. And the detail, like you're saying, is just second to none. I mean, they've always done a great job with their quality and, the way they do their business. And I've always said, the Darton crossbow line is one of the best crossbows ever in this industry. And it unfortunately doesn't get the press it needs, I think, to really reach out further. And I know that's why I'm excited. Those crossbows have never gotten what they needed. And, I've pushed Ted over the years, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to put more money into this, because these bows are so great and they just weren't getting that exposure. Instead I was seeing the opposite, where they were just taking funds away from marketing and really kind of closing the door there. And I was like, wow, I don't know what's happening. We got to change something here. This is a great brand. Right. And then they launched the new bow, the Spectra, at the time back then. And I think they did a year of that of marketing. And then it kind of seemed like it closed up as well, but it was just starting, I was like, this is a new brand, new bow, you got to go. Sure. There's no time to slow down. Your competitors are not slowing down. I assure you, all the competitors are spending more money in those segments. They're trying hard to push into different segments. And
yeah, sure.
You're going to see live stuff happening this week and next week of all bro launches. And it's going to be crazy. And this is what this brand needed. It needed a Black Eagle Arrows to step in and take control with what you guys have going on. It's just going to be amazing. And I'm very happy that Rex will still be around. And it's not, let's say a hostile takeover. I think that's really great. Just a really great way to do it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the only way to do it, right? Because relationships last forever. And hey, Chris, I appreciate that, buddy. That's
30 years.
30 years. Well, I guess we're close. Well, I got married in 97. I was only 18. No, I wasn't 18. Wait a minute. 28. I'll tell you a story about the catastrophic. I was 27. Right, 97. I was born in 71. 26, guys. It's late. I'll tell you about a catastrophic failure real quick for the folks who are listening. They may get a kick out of this. But the first bow I got was a Maverick. And I remember I was at work and I was out in the parking lot and I was drawing it back. I'm like, oh, this thing's so cool. And I drew it back and derailed it. And limb come back and hit me in the eye. And just beat the tar out. I went home. Someone's looking. I got this thing in parts. And so when I called Darton, just send it back. And then they sent me that back. And they go, but you really need this one. Then they sent me a Cyclone. And so I didn't need two bows. I just needed the one. Like, no, you paid for the one, and you really need this one so you don't kill yourself. And so that's kind of how I got the Cyclone and the Maverick the first time. I paid for one. The other one was a gift because I about knocked myself unconscious in a parking lot.
Randy, I expect the Viper to come back as a compound because I had that bow and I wish I had it still. I love that bow.
Well, the Cyclone's back. I think I said that yesterday. I brought the Cyclone back just to name because they had a bow called the Demon. It's a good little bow, but man, I'm not a big fan of demons. I think if you had a bow named Demon, it wouldn't sell well. If you had a bow named Angel, it wouldn't sell well.
I have to admit that the Demon thing was partially my fault.
Was it?
That name.
I mean, Dodge makes a Demon, and I'm sure they sell a lot of the Dodge Demon, but I just,
I remember that. I remember that like yesterday.
Cyclone on it and keep it that way. And they said, okay, we'll just call it Cyclone. It's perfect. We have the name already, so it doesn't make a difference. And
so what can we expect in 21, I guess, coming up then? Because there are some questions coming around here. I know most of these are probably not going to be fully answered right off the bat.
Yeah, it's especially with the lack of the ATA show this year. You know, it's kind of interesting the timing of all this because you guys would be super busy on other projects right now, right? So it's kind of an interesting time to make an announcement like this. And so what for 2021, not having the ATA to really showcase, what can we expect coming out from you guys?
You know, I think there's blessings in everything. If you don't take, everything that you have and look at it from a glass half full perspective, I think that you're probably missing out on life. And so maybe not having ATA is a good thing because we would have a real hard time with our products and coordination and getting booths close to each other. I already started working on that back right before the ATA show was canceled. So I was already working on some of that stuff. But I think for 2021, you're going to see us slowly progress to, just some new products. I said the new crossbows are going to be awesome. We're going to start with some simple limb design changes on a few things and see how that works out for us. And no new bows. I think in 2022, for those that are on board, you'll see some bigger wholesale changes in 22. Just a big wheel turns slow. It's hard to change things exponentially. And honestly, what we have works really, really good. And so trying to get that convinced, I think I've got Rex convinced that we're heading in the right direction. And he's on board. I mean, he's absolutely on board. And we're working on these things. And we got some prototypes going out to.
Well, hey, this is new news. So if you had everything planned out, man, holy cow! But you're
I'm
right.
A terrible planner. I've always been an F planner and an A executor. I remember when I worked at Lowe's, my team loved me because I always covered for them, but they hated me because we always did work 2 and 3 times.
Yeah,
we were the first one to get everything done. Usually wrong, and sometimes it was our fault. Sometimes it wasn't. Sometimes we had bad direction from above, and we execute what they said. Then they changed their minds. But I just get things done.
Hey, no, that's not most good entrepreneurs or inventors are trial and error, right?
Yeah,
there's a lot more fails than there are successes. Most
you just gotta throw it on the wall until something sticks.
You got it.
So Randy, real quick before we let you go, and I want to make sure we cover this real quick because obviously this is big news for the Darton portion of it. But I since we have you on, I do want to ask about Black Eagle. Like, what's going on? How was last year for you guys? I know it was hard to get inventory and things of that nature. In fact, I didn't bother you at all last year because of COVID. I was like, I'll use what I got. I don't want to mess with them. I know things are hard right now. So I mean, how did it go for Black Eagle? And you guys have some stuff coming out, I guess.
Incredible. I mean, there's nothing short of incredible. And, I spent a lot of money on freight this year to try to keep our dealers in stock. And I said a lot of money. It's well over $750,000 in freight.
Wow.
I spent a fortune in freight to try to get because consumers need product, dealers need product, and we picked up a lot of new dealers. And so it was, that was great. We had the best year we've had. We picked up a lot of great new dealers. Black Eagle, new products this year. I think what we have works so good. I just can't bring out something without having a need, right? I mean, we brought the Revelation last year. If we want to be competitive in field archery, you fast forward to this year. The first one was in Columbus, and we swept the whole podium for pros.
Wow,
Jimmy, that's incredible. We swept them all. And then our gals, holy cow, Paige Pierce. Oh gosh, here I am. Toy Allison and Braden Gillenty's wife. Tanya Jensen. I mean, they literally won, I think, all the podiums at like 1 or 2.
Wow. That's incredible.
The revelation. So we had a need, we filled it. But today I don't think we have a need. We do have a site, and I shouldn't say it. We do have a site for Black Eagle that we're going to have on a hunting site. I think folks are really going to dig it. It'll be a great price point. We'll not have one axis, not two axes. We'll have all three axes. It's a pretty cool hunting site, and we'll have that. I got a prototype in 2 days ago, and we're on to production prototyping now. And so we're really close to getting this thing rolled. And Conquest, no new stabilizers. I mean, what we have for stabilizers in Smack is incredible. If anybody's ever seen the Smack ball demonstration, their head blows off, and so it's pretty amazing. If my desk wasn't in shambles, I'd show you the Smack ball demonstration. I'll probably show you this can. That way I can show you my desk because today has been wild. Have you ever seen it? Okay. See if I can do this. Okay. So the difference in, like, I'm not trying to plug our product on here, but this is what it comes in. It's a little Smack tin. They take this stuff and they line like Formula One. They put it inside of airplanes. They put it on inside of Formula One race cars for vibration. And so this is rubber. This is rubber. And so this is 360 degrees wrapped in between the carbon layers, the whole length of a carbon rod. And so when you do that, you see a little bounce?
Yep.
High tech. Lost my ball. Okay. Then this right here is Smack.
Oh.
And this just absorbs that energy, huh?
It takes all of it. And so we've had such success with the Conquest stabilizers, but we do have a new quiver. Guys wanted a little bit longer quiver for, a little bit longer arrows. Thought it was a little bit too short, so we made it 4 inches longer. We call it the Talon XL quiver, and the quiver is super slick. It's one-hand operation, ambidextrous. It's got a big chip clip on it, or a hair clip, and it's easy to get off, stays on good. And so it's and so that's really about it, because I've been really busy with the Darton thing.
Yeah, well, no doubt, man. You guys got a lot of work ahead of you this year, regardless of any new products coming out. So
did we get everybody's questions there? I see some comments. Did we get everybody? But Darton fan, appreciate that, Mike. Chad, I love you too, buddy. You're still on.
Still got my Viper. Yeah. Chris, can you send me that Viper, man? I'll take that back if you want to.
Yeah, I'd bring it out. I'd bring it out of the basement. He might buy it. He might buy that thing from you.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything else, Randy? I don't want to keep you too long. I know you're busy, man.
I appreciate you guys. The offer to get me on, and like I've never done a Facebook Live.
Oh, this is YouTube Live as well. So we're
YouTube. Heck, we're live.
We're rocking. Yep. We are rocking.
Super high tech.
Yeah, we're moving this year. It's gonna be a fun year. I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be good. We'll try to get you back on in a couple months so you can tell us like how it's all going and what's changed and if you guys got some new things going on. But again, this is extremely exciting. I'm very happy. I'm honestly very happy. This is like a big deal. And I have such great memories of Darton Archery since I was a kid, and then going into this now, knowing that it's gonna be able to continue on, especially with you and your team. It's just literally couldn't be happier about it. And this is going to be a great relationship, I think, for you guys, Darton currently, and the industry. I think it's going to be a win for the industry. I think that Darton will now take its place back where it belongs, which is at the top of that chain of bows and competing right there against the big guys, especially now that you guys will be able to put it in front of people more and do more. I think it's a big deal. So thank you for doing this. I think it's a great thing and a big win for everybody.
Yeah. Happy New Year and God bless, man. It's going to be a great 2021, hopefully for you guys. And, 2020 sounded really good for you guys, but I can't wait to see what you guys are going to do in 2021. So
it's exciting. But I appreciate the blessings, man. I really do. And it'll be exciting. Just ask folks to be patient with us. There's no doubt that we're going to run into some hiccups. We're going to run into some production issues because, we're going to be building bows like Darton hasn't seen in a good long time.
Love it.
And so we just ask for patience. And Jim, if you looking for West Coast shooters, buddy, you just give me a call. Just shoot me an email. Randy at Black Eagle. I see you want a West Coast shooter. You could be one of the first ones if you're not already. And it'll be great, man. I'm super excited. Like I said, the Lord's blessed me, blessed my family. And what do you guys think about the new Darton jersey?
Loving it.
Looking good, man.
Love it.
Yeah, we've had some Darton stuff, given to us in the past. It's always been quality, but we might have to get our hands on a couple.
Yeah, that's going to be
I know a guy. right? So I know a guy. And if you want a couple jerseys, just let me know. I'll be driving through Michigan Sunday, maybe like Santa Claus. I'll just chuck them out the window. Hey, leave it.
I love it. I love it.
Put it in a box, and I'll just chuck the thing off on 20.
Yeah, you're driving right past us, so that'll work.
Super, guys. Appreciate you so much.
Thanks, Randy. We'll see you
You
later,
too, man. Have a good one.
God bless.
God bless.
God bless.
Happy New Year. All right, Tim, that was amazing. That's really cool.
Man. Some great news there, huh? I mean, I can't.
Super pumped about this.
And I think you hit it right on the head. I mean, it's been such a great thing to watch Darton over the years, but the last couple of years, you really haven't seen much from them. So this news that came out, I mean, is just so explosive for Darton itself. Black Eagle too. So don't get me wrong. I mean, Randy and Black Eagle should be very excited about what they can do together as a collaboration, between the brands and everything like that. But Darton specifically, man, holy cow, I can't wait to see what they're going to do with this. So
yeah, guys, big win for everybody, in my opinion, in this situation. This is probably the best case scenario I could have ever thought of for Darton Archery, and not at all what I thought would happen. Just based on what I've seen in the industry and what companies generally do. I was praying to God it would never end up like a Browning and where it was acquired and then closed. That would have been horrible. And it didn't happen that way. So thank you, Randy. Thank you, Black Eagle. You guys have an amazing last day of 2020 as we are now going into 21. It's going to be awesome. We're really excited. We have a lot more of these live segments for you guys this year coming up. And we're going to try to get more industry people on. It's going to be a lot of fun. And stay safe out there today and have a good time. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. And this last time we'll see you in 20. And goodbye, 2020.
Goodbye. See ya.
All right. We'll see you guys later.